Welcome back to the channel, and in this video, we're going to list the NFL players with the most youth influence by year. Now, because the NFL season just started, you know I had to make a list for them. So we're going to start off in the year 1990. I'm not going back to the 70s and the 80s. Let's start in the 90s. Now, if you from the early 1990s era, you know I had to start the list with Barry Sanders. Bro, if you too young for this conversation, go ahead and jump on YouTube and type in Barry Sanders highlights, bro. Look, you're going to see the spins, the jukes, the most exciting running back in NFL history by far. This dude had the deepest bag we've ever seen at the running back position. The most aesthetically pleasing player we've ever seen in terms of watching. The numbers this dude put up in the 90s, bro, with that team, that Detroit Lions team, that offensive line, bruh. 1,800 yards, 1,600 yards. Look, I'm going to go ahead and get this out the way now. I gave Barry Sanders 3 years, 1990, 1995, and 1997. I'm not even going to play with Barry, bro. He was so cold, man. Look, he had every kid in America on every playground, at every elementary school, middle school, high school trying to copy him, bro. You want to talk about youth influence. His play style is the most mimicked I've ever seen, damn near. Now we in the year 1991, and you know I had to give it to Neon Deion, aka Prime Time. Now I know a lot of you young bucks out here think Deion just a college coach. No, this dude made the cornerback position cool. He made the defensive back cool. This dude damn near made the NFL player cool. I mean, everybody knows by now the high step celebration when he takes one to the house. We all know he was a return specialist. And let me go ahead and say this. Greatest off-field persona in NFL history. The chains, the do-rag on his head. He was basically a rapper. He was around all the finest women in the game. Pulling up to practices and games and foreign whips. The swag, the style, the press conferences. Deion might be the GOAT when you're talking about youth influence. Now we moving on to the year 1992, and I had to give it to Dan Marino, one of the coldest quarterbacks in NFL history, man. Had a cool throwing motion, had a cool release, had a cool name. Played in a cool city in Miami. It is a shame that man did not win a Super Bowl, man. Now we in the year 1993, and I had to give it to Emmitt Smith. Widely regarded as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. In 1993, he won the league MVP, and he also played for the most famous team in America, the Dallas Cowboys. Now we in the year 1998, and I had to give it to my personal GOAT, Randy Moss. Let me go ahead and tell y'all something. Man. If you ask people from my generation about Randy Moss, bruh, the greatest receiver in NFL history, we don't want to hear nothing. We don't care he didn't win a Super Bowl. Don't care. We don't care, Jerry Rice had more yards. Don't care. We don't care T.O. had more touchdowns. Don't care. The most exciting receiver, hell, the damn near the most exciting player we've ever seen. Every playground in America, I'm talking middle school, elementary school, high school, adopted the Moss. Randy Moss, homie, straight cash, homie. He's the GOAT. He's my GOAT. Youth influence, NFL, that's my GOAT right there. I don't care what nobody talking about. Now we in the year 1999, and I had to give it to Terrell Davis. Widely regarded as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history, had one of the greatest runs in the late 90s, won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, also won the league MVP around this time. Famously known for his salute celebration, TD was different, man. 1999, Terrell Davis. Now, for the year 2000, I had to give it to Terrell Owens. Now, T.O., man, he's an exciting player. Very much so known for his touchdown celebrations. Look, man, I'm a Cowboys fan. Die hard. I remember in the year 2000 when he scored a touchdown and he went to the middle of the field, man, and stood on my star. That was the year 2000, man. And, you know, the Cowboys, one of the Cowboys players came and knocked him off the star, and then he went back. T.O. was exciting. You know, top 3 receivers of all time, Randy Moss, T.O., Jerry Rice. We all know and understand the T.O. impact. So now let's get to the year 2001, and I had to give it to the homie, Ray Lewis. Now, everybody knows and understands why I gave Ray Lewis the year 2001. This is the year the Ravens won it all. And look, man, he is famous for that celebration. The dancing, we've all seen people copy him, imitate him. Now we moving on to the year 2002, and I had to give it to the homie, Mike Vick, the Michael Vick experience. Ask anybody who grew up in that era. He made running with the football at the quarterback position cool. Running it, throwing it. I mean, come on, man. ATL Vick? Before he went to prison? Bruh, 2002, man, hit the scene hard, came from college. Man, the Michael Vick experience, Google it if you're too young. So 2002 and 2004, I went with Michael Vick. 2005, I gotta give it to Ocho Cinco, man, formerly known as Chad Johnson. Now, Ocho Cinco, man, look, he was known for his celebrations. He was a very exciting receiver, crisp route runner, crisp. Gold Grill, we all remember the Gold Grill when he was in Cincinnati. But his touchdown celebrations, man, he was very innovative and creative for the things he used to do when he scored. So I had to give him a year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ocho Cinco. So 2006, I had to give it to LT. Look, we talking about youth influence, right? Everybody used to want to wear the visors. You know, every running back, hell, every receiver, lineman, youths, bro. Like when we played pickup and for fun, LT, man, like he was known for those visors. So his influence ran deep with the youth, man. So for the year 2008, I had to give it to Adrian Peterson. Look, one of the best running backs of his era. Man, this dude ran so hard, ran violent. That year, I think he went for like 1,800 yards in 2008, man. Look, AP, man. Look, the run he had, he influenced a lot of kids to want to play running back, man, especially the style he had. Very, very physical running back. So for 2009, you got to give it to Darrelle Revis. Revis Island, homie. Revis Island, man, transcended the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was scoring on this dude. This dude locked up Moss, T.O., Ocho Cinco in 1 year. 1 year! Nobody was scoring on Revis, man. They literally gave this dude a nickname, Revis Island. And the Jets ain't did nothing since. You know what I'm saying? So Revis, man, he gets 2009. 2010, I had to give it to Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu had the long hair, played for one of the most famous teams in the league with the Steelers, was on all the commercials. Look, I forgot what hair company hired him, but Troy Polamalu was extremely visible around this time. And if I'm not mistaken, 2010 is the year they won the Super Bowl. So yeah, 2010, we got Troy Polamalu. Now for the year 2011, I'm giving it to Aaron Rodgers, one of the most physically gifted throwers of the football we've ever seen. He was Pat Mahomes before Pat Mahomes. Look, man, in 2011, man, he took home the Super Bowl trophy, the Vince Lombardi. He won the league MVP. The LeBron James of the NFL, the most physically gifted athlete we've ever seen at the receiver position. I mean, Megatron had the height, he had the weight, he had the speed, he had the catching ability, he had the physicality. He can go by you, he can go through you. It wasn't no defensive player that wanted to see Megatron in 2012, 2013. He was running through everybody. Who wanted to see him? Who wanted to line up against Megatron, bruh? So for 2013, I had to give it to Richard Sherman. Man, this dude was so entertaining. We all remember the back and forth he had with Darrelle Revis. Hell, we remember the Michael Crabtree game when he told the reporter, was it Aaron Andrews, don't put me on a solid receiver like Crabtree. Look, man, LOB, Legion of Doom. So for 2014, I had to give it to the one-handed catch man himself, OBJ. And he did it to my team. I'm getting tired of y'all embarrassing my team. Odell Beckham Jr., man, look, when this dude came into the league, he set it on fire with that catch. One of the most exciting receivers during that time. For 2015, I had to give it to Cam Newton, the MVP himself. I know y'all remember the look at my dab. Look at my homie was doing the dab after every touchdown celebration. Had First Take and all the ESPN networks and the sports shows debating whether it was appropriate to do the dab. Brought hip-hop to the NFL, man. Look, we all know what Cam Newton did that year. Took his team all the way to the Super Bowl. Had a 15-1 season. Lost to Peyton Manning and the Broncos. Cam Newton, definitely, when it comes to youth influence. And then he was popping out with them outfits. He was dressing like that back then. So, you know, we all know the youth is influenced by people who understand fashion. So we went with Cam Newton for 2015. Now, 2016, we finally got to bring one home. Zeke Elliott. Come on, man. 2016, y'all remember that year, man. We went 13-3. Zeke was going crazy. Y'all remember the celebrations. Brought the running back position back to prominence. You feel me? We should have won it all that year. Now, for 2017, we finally giving it to Tom Brady himself, the GOAT. Now, I know y'all probably wondering, damn, bro, it took you this long to give Tom Brady a year. So when he won his first 3 Super Bowls, he was led by the defense, right? So then you got the year 2007, bro, where he goes undefeated. Who was the most exciting player on that team? Let's keep it real. It was Randy Moss, my GOAT, right? So I couldn't really find a year for him. And if we being honest, right, 2017 was the year in the Super Bowl that he played the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, come on. If you had to pick one year that was your favorite Brady year, this dude came back from 27-9? I forgot the score, bro. Came back on them, walked them down. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, bro. He just walked y'all down. The Atlanta Falcons should be Super Bowl winners. Walked them down, showed everybody why he is arguably the most clutchest athlete we've ever seen, including Michael Jordan. He's in that conversation. So I had to pick a Brady year when it comes to his tenure in New England. I went with 2017. So 2018, we giving it to the current GOAT himself, Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes. Come on, man. Aaron Rodgers 2.0. Can do everything with the ball. Sidearm, over the top, behind the back. Pat Mahomes, man, 2018, 2020, and 2023. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now, I gave Pat Mahomes 3 years. 3 years. So now let's move on to the year 2019. And I had to give it to Lamar Jackson. Michael Vick 2.0, the second coming. Runs better than Michael Vick, harder than Michael Vick. Brought the running quarterback back to prominence. Now, for the year 2020, I'm giving it to Tyreek Hill. Now, Tyreek Hill is one of the fastest players in NFL history, and his nickname is the Cheetah. Let that sink in, the Cheetah. And in 2020, man, him, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce won the NFL Super Bowl, man. And we all remember the iconic catch he had. Look, man, Tyreek Hill, man, we all know he deserves a year. For the year 2021, I'm giving it to Joe Burrow. Look, man, Joe Cool brought the cool quarterback back. We all remember the playoff run he had, man. Got all the way to the Super Bowl, only to lose to the Rams. Man, look, we remember what he did for LSU, but he was the coolest thing smoking that year, man. Put up crazy stats. The connection he had with Jamar Chase, man. Look, man, Joe Cool, man. You know I had to make sure the quarterbacks is well represented on this list. For the year 2022, I had to give it to Justin Jefferson. Look, man, the second coming of Randy Moss. A version of Randy Moss. I'm not going to go that far. But look, man, got the iced out grill. Put up crazy stats from his rookie season all the way up until now. That's it for the video, man. Make sure you leave the NFL players that influenced you in high school. I don't care if you went to high school 5, 6, 7 years ago. Give me your influences in the comment section, man. Zone High School, Z-O-N-E High School. Look, man, we talking youth influence. Let me know what it is, man. We out the building.